Hello, how is everybody doing? I am doing good. I have been wanting to sit down for a while and do some, or the last week anyway, and do some work in my color glue books, my monochromatic glue books, because Nicole over at Relax Cut Glue has been doing like a whole bunch of color glue bookings. So it's really made me want to work in mine. And I realized I haven't worked in my black and white one probably for like, I don't know, well over a year, I'd say. For sure, because it's not my favorite. It's definitely not my favorite. I prefer color. But I mean, the black and white, there's some really, really striking images and things. So I'm like, you know what? I will give this book some love today. And it's funny because black and white is, it's definitely the color I find the most. So unlike my plastic folders I have for all the other colors, my black and white is in like one of those like scrapbook iris storages. Yeah, because I have so much of it. So let's get glue booking. Oh. A little bit of coffee. I got all my work done for today. I had some pants to hem. Story of my life lately. Pants. It's just it. Pants hemming. That's it. So these are looking pretty good. I'm definitely going to put some sort of washi tape or something down there. Or I could probably fit another small one in there. I haven't sorted any of these images, by the way. They're just kind of there. And I normally don't like to have too much of any other color in here, but I mean, that little bit of green isn't going to hurt, right? I've gotten a little more lenient on that. It doesn't have to be completely the color of the glue book. So it can be black and white plus a little bit of color. Black and or white plus a little bit of color. I mean, I could cut the green off of this flower, but I think it looks really nice. There, nice. Yes, I had to do my boring work first, hem some pants, and yeah, that was so much fun, right? And I did go out today, though, and I got a cool little thing I'll show you on Thrifty Thursday. I was so excited to get it. Something I collect. So time's ticking down for us to move. It's looking like we will definitely be moving into my dad's cottage. As much as I don't want to move twice, I mean, really, it'll be really good if we do, because then we will not be in a time crunch to find a house, and we will be able to, oh, excuse me, be more picky. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, we'll be just in a way better position to buy. We'll be, you know, it won't matter on the time. Kind of really like that. Oh wait, but there's a bunch of that over there. Okay. And then like that. So we had put a bid in on a house this weekend, but we didn't get it. But it's okay. Like, we really loved a lot about the house, but they had a flood at some point. Yeah. And we weren't sure if it was mold or effervescence in the basement. Apparently they can look the same, white mold and effervescence. From what I could understand online, I was leaning more towards it being the effervescence, which is like, it happens on concrete walls, basement walls. It's just, if water kind of seeps through a little bit, it leaves salt deposits. So that's what it is. It's like white salt. And that's what I thought it was from some research online, but Rob showed it to a health inspector friend of his, and he said he was pretty sure it was mold. So if it was mold, we didn't want the house anyway, but yeah, we would have liked to have at least gotten an inspector in there, but I'm glad that, you know, we didn't waste the money on that. But it's too bad because it was an estate sale, and we're finding that, yeah, if people, like this guy's like, oh, I don't know anything about apparently the now owner is saying, I don't know anything about the house flooding, and it was his father's house. And it's like, really? Your dad's house flooded and you had no idea? Who went in there and cleaned that up then? You know? And there were a few other like just kind of sketchy things with it, but I mean, it was a perfect location. We absolutely love the location. It was just a few minutes outside of town, but it was still in the country. yeah, I'm going to work on more of these. I kind of don't even really like that. It's like a sword. I could kind of put that like that. I don't care if it covers the top part of that. Yeah, let's do it. But yeah, it would have been nice to just move directly from our house to a new house, but there's so not anything being listed right now. That house we would have been able to get the inspection done within like a week, so that would have been good, but we're like 3 weeks out now, so we're like, yeah, no, it's not gonna happen. We're gonna have to move into the cottage, which, I mean, as a worst case scenario kind of thing, it's pretty good. It's just the whole moving twice and putting the vast majority of our belongings into storage is going to be a big, huge pain, right? So we're going to have stuff in storage that can go into cold storage, because we don't have a lot that can't go into like cold storage, unheated storage, not cold storage like meat, but like unheated storage. But we also have some things that can't, like Rob's whole hot sauce collection. So what we're doing with those is we're just going to bring them to the cottage with us, and there's another bedroom, so we're just going to store them in the second bedroom. So that way we don't have to pay all this crazy, like much more money for a heated rental unit, which, yeah, which costs a lot more. So, and we don't know how long we're going to have stuff in storage. It could be, you know, the majority of the summer. We don't know. So, yeah, there's that. But it's nice though, because it's my dad's cottage, so it's not like we're moving out of here and have to move in somewhere the next day, so we can start bringing stuff down there anytime. And I've already talked to my sister about hooking the internet back up. That's apparently her thing that she does. And then my dad and stepmom have been down there to check out the cottage, to see how things are, etc., etc. So I think we might go down. It's nice though, because cottages around here used to always be just like seasonal. It was like summer. But I don't know why my dad's, because like I think it's pretty old. I would say probably like the 70s at least, why it's winterized. I don't know if he did that actually. Maybe he did. It's heated. The only thing that's not is the big front room I've talked about, which is going to be the craft room in the summer, because it's like a huge porch, but it's more like, it's like way bigger than my living room here even. It's a front room. But it's all windows and it's just gorgeous. So just fantastic, right? You know, you can see the ocean like awesomely and stuff. But anyway, yeah, so most cottages in the area up until the last, I don't know, 20, 25 years maybe, were seasonal when they were built. So now people are more living in their cottages. So this, it's down a little dirt road, this cottage. It's not like, you know, super civilized, whatever. Like, it's a dirt road. So I was like, ooh, it's not in a city. So like the county or whatever, probably the area, probably don't plow those roads in the winter. And sure enough, they didn't, except this past summer, these people built this great big huge house to be their year-round house. It's like 3 stories or something ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They built that too on the same street, on the same little road as my dad's cottage. So, oh, I forgot to turn that off. Sorry. Okay, I told Rob that I was making a video. Rob, stop messaging me. Seriously. That's my Facebook Messenger. Normally I try to remember to turn my speakers off. Yeah, so there's a big house built on this road. So these people are like super money. Like this house is like ridiculous. So I'm like, I bet you any money they pay to get the road plowed, because they're living there all year long. And guess what? I am right. I am right. So that's nice. That's nice. We don't have to worry about that, because we drive a little hatchback. So, you know, it's not like we drive a 4-wheel drive. And we're definitely going to have a couple more snowstorms before, or while we're living there, for sure. Definitely. In March, we usually get hit with like 1 or 2 honking big snowstorms. Isn't that beautiful? It's not quite black and white because there's rust on it, but I just absolutely love that. It's so cool. So yeah, we were kind of waiting. I was packing, but then I ran out of small boxes. So instead of going to buy more, it's really hard for me to buy boxes, I gotta tell you, because I mean, growing up, I didn't know you could even buy boxes for moving. That wasn't a thing. Every time you moved, you just kind of like went to like a store, like the liquor store was usually good. Into the liquor store and just, you know, asked them for a bunch of boxes. So I was gonna put this way. And yeah, so this whole like buying boxes thing is new to me, but we've already bought, like, we've bought a lot of boxes. So yeah, friends of ours actually moved this past weekend. So I asked her to save me all her boxes, and she did. So I was out of small boxes. So, and that's the ones, yeah, we need to use the most because like packing dishes and all kinds of stuff, right? Heavy stuff. Bless Rob's heart. He was down there packing books, and he packed books into medium-sized boxes, which are like, I don't know. They're like, I mean, they're probably like, I don't know, 3 feet by 3 feet kind of thing. And I'm like, no, dude, who's going to lift that? Like, that's just horrible. I don't expect somebody to lift that. So yeah, I had to kind of, you know, if anybody that's helping us move is watching, you're welcome. I put a stop to that. So yeah, now that we got some, now that my friend gave us some boxes, small boxes, we're going to be able to pack some more. So I'll be doing that later tonight too. I listed a bunch of, we finally came to terms with, we both love books. We both love to read, and we both love books. And we both always kind of wanted to have like a library or like a reading nook or something. But I came to the realization that I don't read paper books anymore. It's a very rare occasion. I think I told you guys this the other day. It's a very rare occasion that I read paper books. Very, very rare. Yeah. So I decided to get rid of all of my Stephen King books, and I had quite a huge collection of mostly hardcovers. So, and I mean, if I'm going to read a paper book, I got to tell you, or like a tangible book, physical book, I'm going to tell you that it won't be a paperback because, or it'll be a paperback, not a hardcover, because yeah, I've been there. You read a hardcover book at night when you're in bed and you like fall asleep and it like bashes you in the face. It's like, no thanks. No thanks. Because that's just, yeah, that's what I do. I read until I fall asleep. My like, you know, my phone or book falls out of my hand, right? So, yeah. I came to terms with that and put them up for sale on Marketplace, and I sold a whole bunch of them. I have gotten rid of quite a few already, so that's fantastic. Because I was like, okay, we're going to have to move these. I really do not want to move these once, let alone twice. Isn't this cool? What is that? That's dragon fruit, I think, right? With all the little black seeds, white with all the little black seeds. And it's like a hot pink skin, but look at this. Those drinks are so cool looking. So, so cool looking. Maybe I'll put them over here. I don't know. I was kind of thinking of using this. Well, yeah, I guess it could work, but it's a little like, it's a little more, it's not sepia, it's black and white, but it looks really vintagey. I don't know if it's stark enough. Well, I guess I've got some. I don't remember doing that, but that's hilarious. Yeah, I guess I do have some, but I might save these guys for maybe another project or glue book or something, because I have got so many black and white photos. Cute from a book, all kinds of little bits. Oh, I love this too. This is little books. I don't know if you can see this. It came out of a magazine, and it's a little strip. I think this might have been about the what's it called? The sketchbook project or whatever. I think. I want to say that. I might be wrong, but I think it came from perhaps from the sketchbook project. And if you don't know what that is, I'll put a link below, actually, if I can remember. You know what? I'm going to make a note because I'll forget. Yeah, it's really cool. I've always wanted to participate, but I never have. I'm kind of crap at like finishing journals and books and stuff, so sketchbook project. And it's definitely on my list of places I want to visit in New York City, because it's, I believe, in Brooklyn permanently. I think that's where it lives, the collection of sketchbooks. And it's just artists all over the world. Yeah, you can get a sketchbook. I don't know if you have to use theirs. I think you can get your own, but like you can order one from them, or you can get your own, but it has to be like a specific size. I think it's like a moleskin, like travel journal size. And yeah, you just fill it with whatever you want, like drawings or like, you know, watercolor paintings or whatever. It's just a sketchbook. So you can go there and just look at them, like just take one out and see a random artist's life. Like, and I love that idea. What was my point on talking about this? Oh, because this, yeah, because I'm like, why am I talking about the sketchbook project just randomly? Because I think this was from it. I think it was like someone did their sketchbook and did like a fold out. They modified it, did fold out pages or whatever. Look at that. I love that. There's pictures, images. So yeah, I've been waiting all day to play in my black and white glue book. I do not know. I don't know what I don't know. Kind of dig that horse. He's cool. I put him there. I totally... Wait, I think I'm going to trim this page first here. Let's see. Just so I know where it is, where the page is. You may hear Artemis because I just got supper going on. I put pork chops in the crock pot. Robin bought some pork chops, so I found a recipe online, put them in the crock pot. I was like, all right, that way, you know, easy peasy. I love the crock pot. But to do that beforehand, I had to fry them a little bit, right? Like you brown them in a frying pan. Yeah, this cat loves pork. So I knew as soon as I did that. I fried them up, put them in the crock pot, and like I came in here to kind of like get ready to get started, like get my, you know, all this stuff out, whatever. And I figured I'd at least be able to get into making a video before he was in here. Oh no. It was like 2 minutes. He was out of bed. And he's like, hello, mother. I smell pork chops. It's like, well, buddy, bad news for you. You gotta wait 2.5 hours. That's the only thing I hate about the crock pot. Oh, you've got to smell it all day. And Artemis, like as soon as it starts to smell really good, he's like bugging me. So yeah, sorry if he ends up in here blatting at me. I did feed him. I gave him some chicken and I gave him some of his regular food. So hopefully that'll hold him over for a little bit. But that's not, and I'm lucky that he did eat his regular wet food, because normally, yeah, normally he wouldn't eat anything because he does that, right? Food strike. He'll go on food strike if he knows there's something better, or hunger strike. And here I am thinking, oh my God, he's probably nauseous because of his kidney disease, blah, blah, blah. Nope. He's like, I ain't eating any of this stuff because I know there's meatballs in the fridge left over. My cat's a jerk. It's funny today because Rob was on a work call and Luna started howling at him. This is what Luna does now. She just howls at him because she wants attention. And he's like, oh my God. So he sends me a message and he's like, get down here and do something with her. So I go downstairs. Downstairs is her spot. She doesn't come upstairs like anymore, hardly ever. She just likes being downstairs in the basement. She's our little basement troll. So she lives, yeah, on the couch down there. So Rob's like, oh my God, come do something with her. So I went down and I sat with her, you know, and brushed her and everything. And that was all good. She was all good with that. And I had a banana and she was like kind of checking it out. And I held it out to her, you know, so she could smell it. And she was like, ugh, you know, she was not impressed. So then I come upstairs and like hours later, I send Rob a message and I'm like, oh, I think I forgot my banana peel down there. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, if I did, it's on the arm of the couch. So he sends me a picture. And it's Luna laying on the banana peel on the couch. If you put anything on the couch at all, Luna will lay on it. I like her upside down, yeah, she claims as hers, so it doesn't matter what it is. Like Rob will put like a sock or something there, and she loves it, or like the remote control or a cell phone, or it doesn't matter what it is. Her favorite is her brush, because then she can rub her face on it. You leave it like little like picky side up or whatever, and she likes to rub her face on it. But no, she will claim anything on that couch. So yeah, my banana peel is now hers, so she's gonna smell great later. I don't think I washed those bananas either when Rob bought them yesterday. I didn't actually. So hopefully, you know, hopefully fruit flies don't hatch in Luna's fur. Oh, cat. Cats are fun, right? Oh God, yeah. Oh, speaking of Luna yelling, so I was upstairs the other night, and oh, check out that. That's an outfit. Check out that. Oh, sorry about the glare, but I think I've got it pretty good right now. It's not too bad, right? It's definitely been way, way worse. So anyway, yeah, I was feeding Artemis, and I got done feeding him, and I was standing at the kitchen counter, and I heard Luna, and I was like, she's really loud. Is she at the bottom of the basement stairs? So I go down the hall and look. Sure enough, she is sitting at the bottom of the basement stairs yelling up at me. She's like, yeah, I hear you feeding him. You better be feeding me too. She's got so much attitude. She's so funny. Oh my goodness. And last week I went down for a loony emergency. Rob was on a call, so I went down, you know, shushed her up a bit there, whatever. Spent, you know, hung out with her and brushed her and silenced her, which is just hang out with her and brush her. I don't muzzle the cat. But anyway, so she started blatting at me, and I went, shh, and she hissed at me. She thought I hissed at her. Luna's so funny. She's not afraid to let you know what she thinks. Hissing is very much a part of her everyday vocabulary. Monica Chamberlain, watercolor and calligraphy. I think this is the lady I bought. I'm pretty sure I bought one of her prints at an art show, crafty show last year. Yeah, so anyway, Luna's full of attitude. Apparently that's a very much a senior calico cat thing. The older calicos get, the more attitude they get. We can take her to the vet and she'll like growl and hiss, and now it's like the vet techs will be like, should we put gloves on? I'm like, oh yeah, put the gloves on, put your leather gloves on, get a towel, and Rob's beside me going, no, she wouldn't bite. I'm like, dude, I know you love your cat, but come on now. You need to accept the fact that she's a little ball of hate sometimes. If people come here, she loves them very, very much. She loves it when people come here. She's like a little dog. She'll greet them at the door. But yeah, you take her to the vet and she's just, or you do something to her that she doesn't like and she's just a little ball of hate. Oh, I kind of like that. But I kind of like the cuff of that shirt. Oh, maybe I'll put it like kind of up here, halfway. I like the little seashell for her hat. So we're thinking of something. We want to do something nice for our neighbor. They're older, and specifically the man, because they've been our neighbors the whole while we've been here, all 18 years we've lived here. Yeah, we used to get our driveway plowed, and we stopped. I think I told that story not long ago, actually. My dad plowed the driveway, but we got him to stop because the payloader was damaging the asphalt, because it's got like the big tread. Oh no, the big tread tires. This came out of a really old book. Yeah, it was kind of starting to damage our asphalt in our driveway. So we got him to stop, and we got a snowblower. But our darling neighbor, he's got one of those it's like a little tractor, but he's got like the snowblower thing on the front of it or whatever. So he drives around with it, and I went out this morning and I kind of went through the end of the driveway, like plow goes by. And for those of you in the southern states that don't know, what happens when you get snow on the road, we have snow plows and they go by and it pushes the snow to the side. So it goes right across the end of your driveway and leaves like a mountain of snow. So normally you got to go out and shovel that or snow blow it or whatever. But I went out and I drove through it. I got out, but I was like, ooh, getting back in is going to be a little sticky. I might have to get Rob to use a snowblower. So while I was out though, our darling neighbor came and he cleared the end of the driveway all up. And he does that quite often, actually. It's really nice of him because he doesn't need to do that. He's, you know, wasting his gas money to do that. So we want, and he's done that over the years, and he's done, you know, different little nice things for us. Like sometimes he'll mow our lawn or whatever, like once in a while. And him and Rob kind of go back and forth doing that kind of thing. But yeah, still, he's been such a nice man and they've been great neighbors. So we kind of want to get him like a gift card or something. So, I mean, you're never sure where to get a gift card. Like, I mean, around here, of course, Canada, right? Tim Hortons is usually the go-to. But I mean, I don't even know if he drinks coffee. I don't know if I've ever seen him with a Tim's cup in his hand. So we're kind of thinking, though, we do know he gave us a bottle of wine. We do know he likes like the homemade wine thing. Sorry, I know very little about wine, but like, I guess it's not homemade, but you like the brew it shop things where you go and you pay them and they make the wine there, I guess, or whatever. And then you just get like a case of wine back. So we're kind of thinking maybe a gift card for there. If anybody does the wine thing, let me know. Because yeah, is that like a thing? That's how they do it, right? I think how it works. I was never a really huge fan of wine. And then I went to a wine fest and the first, like, you have your little glass and you go from booth to booth, and like the first, I don't know, dozen booths, I was like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. I'll try this one. You know, a lot of them had red and white, and I was like, okay, yeah, let me try the white, you know, or the pear or whatever. I'm more like definitely about fruity wines, not a red wine fan at all. But then by the time, like, yeah, I was through like a dozen, I was feeling good enough that I was like, oh yeah, I don't care what you put in there. Just put whatever. And I got to tell you, oh God, a wine hangover is the worst thing ever. It's not just a headache. I just felt disgusting. Ugh, so gross. So yeah, that was one of the last times I drank, actually. Now I don't even drink, like, I won't even have one drink because I'll wake up feeling hungover, and I hate being hungover, and I feel hungover for like 2 days, I swear. Ugh. So yeah, that's why I know very little about wine. Although when we were in France, I had a wine that was absolutely delicious, and I think I drank almost the whole bottle myself. But it was a wine that you can't get here in Canada, and I don't think you can get it in North America. It was like, you know how Champagne is named for a region in France? This wine was too. It was like, it wasn't Moscato, because I know that's a wine, but it sounded kind of similar to that. But yeah, we have a friend who has a friend who works for the liquor corp. So apparently she looked into it and they can't even get it in. And it's like, wah, wah. Oh, look at that. Like kind of like overlap there. Oh, that's really cool. Okay. Let's do this. Yeah, I don't remember what it's called. I know I have a picture of it. If I look back in our honeymoon pictures, it's there, but yeah, it was so good. It was definitely like a fruity wine, like a pear wine kind of thing. One thing I had heard, and it was really cool to see, was like in France, they don't have the same attitude towards us in North America as wine. We're like, oh, the more expensive, the better, right? No, they're like, you know what? This $5 bottle of wine is way better than this $300 bottle of wine. Like they're very like non-snotty about their wine kind of thing, like non-snobby. And it was also neat to see like wine in grocery stores, but that's a thing here now too. But back then when we went, it wasn't. So that was kind of neat. Okay, I'm gonna lift that. Oop. And I'm going to sneak that right in there. And I want to lower that so I can see the horse's nostril. There. Boom! How's that look? I think that's really cool. I'm going to take a couple tips from Nicole from Relax Cut Glue. She does, I forgot to get it, when she wants to rub down a little part, she puts parchment paper over top, and she has this little like, what do you call it? It's like a little, almost like a little, well, it's to burnish, right? To rub down, but it's almost like a little spatula kind of thing. It's really cool. Yeah, so I mean, I just, hang on here. I just put it down and then use like a card or whatever, but it helps it from, yeah, not tearing. So I think that's an excellent idea. I may have to steal that. And she got an idea from somebody else that she's now using. She does like, I know our post offices used to do it here all the time. Before like sticker stamps were a thing, when stamps were always lick, they'd put a little dish and like a little sponge on the counter, right? So yeah, that's what she's done. She's got a little sponge and like a little Tupperware dish. And then as she's gluing, oh, I was gonna put this over here, wasn't I? As she's gluing, when her hands get gunky, she just dabs her fingers on the sponge. So I assume that she, like at the end of every session, she must wash it out. And then like when she goes to have another session, like, you know, get it a little bit damp, and you just get it damp. You don't get it wet because you don't want to bring over like, you know, really wet fingers. So yeah, that would probably save on baby wipes, using up baby wipes. Because I love baby wipes for art journaling, because then you end up being able to save the baby wipes usually because they're covered in like cool paint and dyes and stuff. But yeah, having a little sponge in a dish would be a great idea. I might set that up once I get all set up at the cottage. I might set something like that up. Okay, if I get this all glued in, sweet. So I think, yeah, I'll probably have like maybe an hour-ish glue book session today or this evening. I got a glue book, and then I'm definitely going to go do some packing. Rob's starting to panic. We got 3 weeks left here, and we still got a bunch of stuff not packed, but if he had his way, he'd pack everything right now. So he's got to calm down a little bit. He gets all, you know, all crazy and worked up, but I think I'll call my dad to see if we can start bringing stuff to the cottage maybe this weekend. I know we got to bring our snowblower down and do the driveway, because the road's plowed, but the driveway's not. So, oh, that may not get through it if the driveway's not plowed yet. Hopefully we have a good melt for a bit. Oh, those are kind of nice too, those legs. What do you think? I love the background on this, but I'm going to cover most of it up, so I might actually just keep these legs. I'm doing it. I'm committing to it. Yeah, and I kind of want to go down to the cottage anyway. Like, I messaged my stepmom, and she told me a bunch of, like, questions. Like, I was like, okay, you guys must have a toaster or a toaster oven or something. Like, I was trying to figure out what to bring. We're definitely going to bring our Keurig or whatever, but probably a crock pot too, maybe. But yeah, I want to see, like, what's there for pots and pans and what's there for dishes and all that stuff. So, I think we might see if we can go down this weekend and have a first peek. Maybe bring some boxes that, you know, we want to store down there. Yeah. I'm not sure how we're going to do everything, if we're going to get all the bills down there, like the heat, and switch to our name. Probably not. It would make so much more sense just to, now I'm going to keep this though. It would make so much more sense just to keep it in my dad or stepmom's name, whoever name it is. Like, the internet's in my sister's name. So yeah, just keep it, and then we'll just pay the bill or whatever. Okay, this is so cool. Very nice. Kind of getting a little, oh, there we go. I was catching the glare really bad. This is really shiny. Super shiny. Sorry if you're getting a really bad glare. Oh, it's so nice to sit down and glue book for a little bit. I saw that Kim posted her the next step in her coffee table book to journal tutorial series, Kim Newberg. I'll link that below too. Yeah, so she posted the next step in the series, and now that the pages are done, putting the pages back in for the people that did it that way, now we're back on to, you know, something I can do. I need to do this like all the time. This is a great idea because I don't remember anything. But I can't walk. I can't talk and write at the same time. Sorry. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, so her this current video, which I believe is video 7, is let me find a background here, is finally I can participate again. Yeah, because I didn't take the pages out of my book. I just cut some pages out. So her last few videos have been putting the pages back together and back into the book. So now that we're done that, or now that she's done that, I'm all set to go again. I can Oh wait, I want this for sure too. I can, yeah, I can keep going on my book. So today she picked out some, she went through her pages and decided what was going to be what pretty well, like ephemera or, you know, belly bands or like different things, what she was going to use different things for. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm excited to, okay, that's so cool. And I'm going to show a little bit of this. I don't know why this is so crooked. Oh, this is the one with two covers. Oh, it's because yeah, that cover's there. It's got two scribbler covers. I don't know why. They're different color too, which is even funnier. So it's not like they just, you know, stuck together on the assembly line or something, but you would think. So yeah, I think after supper maybe, to do a little relaxing before I do some packing, I will maybe work on Kim's book. Or I might save it till tomorrow maybe. I do have more sewing to do, but it's not due till Friday. I have some hockey jerseys to do, so I'm not sure when I'm going to do those. All right, let's go to another page here. This is filling up quick. I might try to do a glue book sometime, like Nicole, again, at Relax Cut Glue. I'm getting a lot of inspiration from her. She's like the glue book queen. I think sometimes she'll glue down backgrounds. And then I've done that in an art journal before, like done like a background of, I have a small art journal. And what I did was I took all of my like painted papers and like dyed papers and all kinds of different, you know, papers I had made, and glued them all in this book. So they're all ready to go. There's all backgrounds. So I don't know if I want to do that, but I think I might give that a try in a glue book at some point. Because I mean, I've got all of these and it'd be so cool to glue down, you know, a bunch of things like this for a background, right? That actually looks really cool, doesn't it? Don't know if I'm sold on that though. Look, and then I can stick her over here to contrast all this crazy, crazy black and white stuff. It's hard. This is out of the optical illusion book, so that's why these are all so hard on the eyes. Sorry. Imagine the camera's having fun with those. Oh, some of them. It doesn't have to necessarily be right side up, the clock, but I do want it to be, okay, that looks totally cool. And then, I mean, I can put this over here with her. Maybe I'll cut her down so she's against the thingy. I think I will. As much as my paper trimmer doesn't work right, I've got to get out to Michael's and check again for blades. I had ordered some off Amazon, but they were the wrong ones and they're really a pain in the rear end. And yeah, maybe once we sell the house, everything closes and stuff, maybe I'll treat myself to a to a real paper trimmer, since, you know, paper crafts are now definitely one of my two main crafts. Paper crafts and fiber crafts, fiber arts, what have you. Okay, yeah, I think that's going to be cool. And I'll need another little strip of something down there. I mean, I guess I could put this too, like it doesn't have to be the full page. It's kind of cool. I mean, I could put that. What do you think? Might do that. This will be, or I could put this down here. I do want to cut off the people. There's people in there. This is an art exhibit and there are people, so. I don't know, kind of like it better that way. That's something about the angles. No. Nope, nope. I mean, that's kind of cool, but I don't know. This is like a Nordic knitting pattern. Yeah. Kind of like this because, okay, hang on here. Don't know how I feel about the gray. I think I want it to be more stark, black and white. Yeah, I probably should have sorted some of this before I did this, before I started. I'm sorry. I should have sorted maybe like the size images, how I normally do. Sort out the black and white and or the full page, half page, etc., etc. Kind of like that too. Okay. I think I'm going to put this down. I'm not sold on this black. Yeah, I'm not sold on that though. Hang on. I'm going to glue this down. We're just going to do it. Check and make sure this is dry. If it's dry, I'll reuse it. The phone book palette. If it's not dry, I'll just tear it off and use a new one. But sometimes, you know, long enough, it's long enough between glue applications. Oh, boop. Boopity boop. This pattern is so hard on the eyes. Okay, there we go. Oh, this is another one of those glue sticks. It's like down low and it's like a cheap glue stick. So it's kind of, thankfully this paper is nice and heavy. It's from a book. It's kind of goopy. I need to find a better glue stick. I love Elmer's, but oh, they're so expensive. When you go through them so quickly. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Do you know what? I am going to give that to somebody. I am doing up a little package. Why am I doing this? Okay, this is good. This is good. We want this. Doing up a little package for a friend who's decided she would like to try junk journaling. So I've been kind of putting together, yeah. I mean, my stash is like super limited because, you know, 90% of it's packed away, but ooh, that looks nice, doesn't it? But I've been able to put together a few things for her. Okay, look now. I don't like her shoes on top of that. But I really like that. I might just take those right out. Okay, I'm going to commit to this because it does fill in that spot nicely. And again, when it comes to, I had said this before, when it comes to my color glue books, I really don't collage usually. I don't do a whole lot of collaging, like the images don't have to make sense. But I do like to sometimes kind of do a little bit, like you got a couch and you got a pendant lamp, that looks really cool together. Or I like to group things that are the same together. So say a clock. If I get some other clocks, I might put them around in a grouping around one clock. So I do like doing things like that, but it's not necessary. I don't feel it's necessary. It's just kind of a random thing more. This marble's kind of nice. How far does that go over? Okay. Oh, come on. yeah, maybe I'll do that, and then I'll be able to cover this a little bit. So we had finally some cold weather. We've had a really mild winter so far. So it went to -45, which is ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen it -45 in my life. Like if it goes like mid -30s, then it's super crazy cold. But yeah, -45. And for my American friends, don't bother doing a conversion because -40 is where Fahrenheit and Celsius meet. So -40 here is -40 for you as well. So yeah, a little bit colder than -40, which is ridiculous. Absolutely crazy. So I asked my husband, why do we live here? Or I asked on Facebook, I don't remember who said it, but they're like, because, oh, I think it was my friend Michelle. She said, because if you live anywhere warm, there are spiders that want to kill you. Very true. Very, very true. Like Australia. Got to tell you, everything wants to kill you in Australia. I have zero desire to ever go to Australia. Just the size of the spiders alone. Nope. 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 That's a big nope for me. I've gotten a lot better with spiders. I'm not like super arachnophobic. I can, as long as I know where they are and see them, I can usually deal with them. If they're small, then I can deal with them myself. That's no problem. But yeah, still, if they're super crazy big, then no. Just no. I'm going to stick this one down. And I'm not going to worry about getting glue on the page, really, even though I'm not covering the whole thing. Because, I mean, I am going to glue something down shortly. This is so smeary. Oh, I got glue on my desk, too. Oh, gross. Kind of want to use these up and throw them out. I used up some washi tape the other day. Woo! It was awesome. I was, oh, said friend again. Yes, I put some washi tape, did like washi samples on a card for her, where you put like, you know, a few feet or however much, you wrap it on a playing card. I did a bunch of that, and I was able to get rid of actually some old washi I had. It's like, man, there ain't much left on this. She's going to get the rest. Ugh, gross. So that felt good. The more I get rid of, the less I have to move. So yeah, Emily, if you happen to watch this, I got some goodies for you, girl. And I decided, I was like, oh man, I know what. I had got that, I had thrifted that Smashbook. So she wants to start junk journaling. That would be like a great thing to start with, right? As a Smashbook. So get you the hang of things, because like, you know, some of the pages are already like kind of decorated cool, and so I figured that would be a great start for her instead of starting with just a blank notebook or something. That being said, I don't know if the Smashbook, if there's really much in there that's her style. I find the Smashbook's kind of like, I don't know, like vintage country, some of it. So yeah, she might end up covering up all the pages. For those of you who have been with me for a very long time, back when I first started, yeah, Emily's daughter, Alice, was like my biggest fan. I don't even know if she watches my videos anymore, but she used to. Like, apparently she would like, she had started talking about, she was not dictating, what's the word, I guess dictating like everything she was doing, like she had like a commentary for everything she was doing, because that's how I do it in my videos, right? So just like her doing like everyday things, she'd just be like, she'd have a going commentary with it. It was awesome. She was like 5. She was definitely my best fan. When her mom told me that, I was like, oh my God. My little heart. It's like, oh. Oh, come on. Come on. Uh-oh. Folded that. Wah, wah. Okay, so get some scraps. Kind of tossing things over there as I go. Once I go through and use something, then I'm like, meh. The rest of it I'll just toss in scraps. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't need to use it, you know, use the same thing more than once in a glue book. Same pattern or whatever. I'm also gonna, I think, get rid of 1 or 2 of these little partial phone books that are almost gone. I got more, but just these little tiny ones. I think I'll be able to get rid of a few of those. A couple of those maybe before we move. Or actually, no, I got rid of one just the other day. So I think I've got this one I'll be able to get rid of for sure. Got like 3 weeks. 3 weeks and counting here. Counting down. Okay, so this is going to go there. Right. Yeah, and I want it to, okay, there. I could bring it up a little more, but I kind of want it to cover right where it meets. So yeah, up there. How are we doing for time? Oh, 52 minutes. Okay. This is so relaxing. Love it. Be careful with that one, it's delicate. I went to Starbucks today and I asked them for a splash stick, which, sorry barista, that was the correct name for them anyway. She's like, oh, you want a stopper? And I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, we don't have them anymore. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, you're all out? And she's like, no, we're not going to have them anymore because Starbucks is, you know, doing away with them because they're single-use plastics. I am all for supporting, you know, the environment and doing away with single-use plastics, but come on now. I am going to burn myself in the car because of the amount of potholes in this city. That's another thing. People who live where there's no snow. Potholes are, the winter is really bad for asphalt. The freezing and thawing and stuff makes like ginormous potholes. So yeah, I end up wearing, you know, Rob's coffee. Oh, look, that looks so cool. I end up wearing the coffee that I bought Rob by the time I get home, right? So yeah, boo Starbucks, boo Starbucks. And these big corporations have us thinking, you know, it's straws that's going to kill the planet. We're focusing on single-use plastic when really we should be focusing on how much plastic waste these huge corporations are making. They've totally got us distracted. They're the ones producing a ton of plastic waste. So yeah, that's a thing. I really love this. What is that? A rug, maybe? I think. Oh, okay. We'll do that. That looks good. But yeah, we have a 3D printer, and so Rob went looking, and of course patterns exist for little coffee stoppers, which is great. That's fantastic. We'll have to print out some to leave in the car. I'm gonna leave a little strip there, I think, marble. That way it'll be environmentally friendly too, because they're reusable. And 3D printer plastic, like filament stuff, is recyclable too. So we want to, once we get moved and stuff, Rob wants to upgrade his 3D printer setup so he can make his own filament. Apparently you can do that. You can like melt down like scrap filament, which you end up with like just in the construction process. Like if something messes up, the whole thing's garbage. Like that's happened before where he prints a whole thing and it's like on the last little bit of it and it just messes up. That's it. You can't like, you know, you can't pick off the horrible part and keep going, unfortunately. So yeah, I kind of like to be able to, and I mean, even if the technology is not quite there yet, I'm sure it's growing fast. So I'm sure there's some sort of, you know, you can get like a melter and a, like an extruder kind of thing to make the filament. Probably wouldn't be hard to create, actually. Now he wants to also get a resin printer, so that's a completely different that's a different beast. But I mean, crafty friends, you'll understand this probably if you know anything about resin. The new resin, the instant cure UV resin, that's what this is. It's a vat of resin. Instead of printing like normal 3D printers where it does like a layer and a layer and a layer and it extrudes the plastic on top of each other, this is completely different. The resin is a vat and it takes the image in the computer and slices it down into little tiny slices. So you put it down, like the board goes down and it'll flash UV in the shape that it wants it to harden in. So then one layer of the liquid will harden to the plate. So it prints it like it's on top of hanging off the top of the plate. The plate's on top. So yeah, and then like as it goes up, it'll flash each layer. So it solidifies another layer, like, you know, below the other ones, as it were. And yeah, that's how it makes the image. So with that, I mean, you have a vat of like the plastic resiny stuff or whatever. So you can melt the scraps back in. So that's definitely very handy. And apparently, yeah, you can do some different things with a resin printer. It is a different type of plastic or whatever. Kind of like that. That's kind of cool. Oh, what time we got? 58. Okay, I might actually wrap it up there. Not that I got a whole lot done, but we got a little bit done. Kind of worked on 4 pages. I really love that. That's really cool. And I like that I still have this background sticking out pretty good. I'll have to put something there, kind of fill that in a little bit. And I'll go back through. I might sort these images tonight, maybe. Maybe I'll take some out to use in regular glue books since I have so many. Yeah, I'll be a little more picky maybe. And then I'll trim down ones that I want to trim down. Like this, I'll just cut that out. Those are really knobbly legs. All right, yeah, so I guess that's it for me for right now. I'm gonna go and do some things and get some stuff done. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.